We are ready for the clash on the dune.
There is no outcome you could suggest that I would find him.
Here we go, round number one.
After shocking the world in their first encounter, Andy Ruiz Jr. came into the rematch as the reigning unified heavyweight champion. But Anthony Joshua had other
It looked
plans.
like a CrossFit. Joshua told me that boxing has shaved that weight off.
Right hand from Joshua. Joshua said he was going to try to keep this fight in that jab and then pop him with that one right hand. It has to play itself out in the ring. Ruiz tries the right hand and he eats one. And that's cut him as well. There's blood just above the left eye. That's in a bad spot. Firing off a right hand, and that opens up the champ.
Remains composed. He already cut Ruiz with the first right hand, but he has to stay disciplined.
So staying composed there as well, but he wipes now with the blood.
Solid right hand, and that's what caused the cut of Andy Ruiz.
Did you?
That jab might have been it.
Anthony Joshua, the challenger, is as advertised. Our tactics in the ring as well.
Joshua keeping Ruiz at the end of the jab, but Joshua, he's not cutting the ring.
Lithe, skinny. Anthony
Double jab his way in to land those right hands.
And Joshua has a nice range on that, but he's doing just enough to win these rounds.
Bang. And the only way that Ruiz is going to close that is by double.
This is a large ring. There's a lot of space for the middleweight title back in the 80s. Want more space to dance and move if you're the boxer.
Anthony Joshua is not letting Andy Ruiz.
First 3 rounds are a boxing clinic.
And there you see Joshua just using that jab as a bit of a rangefinder.
That is a very dangerous right hand from Ruiz, given what we saw back in that hook behind the ear. And Anthony,
The way he closed that show, because he needs to remind from the last fight, and those chopping right hands.
Ruiz 10-8 in punches in that the ring generalship you are to the challenger Joshua.
Yeah, I thought Andy Ruiz did round, but each round has looked a lot to controlling the action.
Already on Ruiz, he showed his fighting spirit in the first fight. Deck to then drop.
A lot. And right now, it takes a lot for what he's boxing, staying disciplined on the inside.
Rob McCracken said they were working on, can you just do that? Can you just...
By the championship rounds, it was clear. Joshua was boxing, not brawling. Ruiz had his moments, but couldn't land the big shot he needed.
He's not targeting the body.
Second half of the fight, because right now, Ruiz punches really well, especially with speed and the opportunity to time you.
Long, strong jab by Anthony. Feels the confidence. He'll wing a hook as well.
And stick to the game plan.
Knows the whole night. Joshua has done so.
Don't stop so you can walk in and around the body.
Look at those jabs, Sergio. Beautiful work by Joshua again.
You would think
Been kept at bay.
Still, if you contrast what we saw about a month ago, Perez, a lot of those punches weren't getting through.
Hard jab, too. Kovalev was just popping out a light
jab right here. This is a smart, educated Anthony Joshua's throwing. Crowd get involved. Do not mix it up with the man. I didn't think that Joshua could do this. They're boxing, they're sticking and moving, they're feinting.
1 minute to go here in round. Joshua seemingly winning every round in a beautiful hook. Wow.
You know, if you're Manny Robles, this fight,
But to Chris is saying that Manny Robles, they need a plan B right now.
Well, what's plan B?
They trained for Andy Ruiz has only had one style. Counter you with the faster punches. He doesn't look like the faster, stronger fighter.
Joshua trying to hold there. Ruiz, no, don't do that on the clinch, but well, he's got to say stop punching. Final seconds of round 6.
Joshua didn't fully commit to the right hand, and that's the reason Ruiz didn't land that left hook with as much power.
Post every round, something.
Ruiz struggled to close the gap as Joshua maintained control of the ring. Every time Ruiz tried to press, Joshua responded with sharp counters and slick movement.
Can he move like a butterfly and sting like a bee?
And just there with the right hand. What got him in trouble 6 months ago. Satisfied with what's happening now. But he's got to be tempted, Sergio, right? Thing up on Ruiz to throw something back. Get in close and trade.
First fight, forget the bravado. Move, box. Let Ruiz pounding his chest. Bring him a step, fighting behind the jab.
And you saw Ruiz there lunging. Oh, he eat hand. Beautiful right by Joshua. The hook, that was dangerous. Joshua, but Ruiz able to land there.
Wanted to let go of his punches, smothered.
And Joshua not just hitting with a feather duster, he's throwing hard shots. The harder blows have been landed by Joshua.
Right, during a clinch, they're all standing up to offer their own
For you, but I would believe you would say.
Sure that this is the fight plan that was supposed to be implemented. Actually coming in, Andy, they just have to not let him
fight. Right hand, Ruiz. Robles had said, hey, we saw a hole and saw.
This rematch was a story of redemption, strategy, and focus. Joshua proved he could adapt and came back stronger.
Ruiz roughing things up here within his right. It's up to the referee, and that jab, and he blocked the hook. But every time gets strafing hook. But it's up to the referee to say break and stop.
Thing too, he's not letting Joshua hold on anymore. He's pushing him.
Well, the fight is on. The champ answered back nicely in that round.
Trying to hold, but Ruiz doing this. This is what you need to do as a fighter. Let the referee break you up. Let the referee warn you.
To go back to the gym, because it is, Sergio, embarrassing, humiliating. Well, the last 6 months he has devoted himself and isn't get his world championships back.
You know, there'll be a lot of people.
There's always going to be some criticism, but I don't warrant it, Chris, to your point. Nice jab, the first time out being stunned, and then coming out years for doing that, but he hasn't stunk the place out.
And Chris, he wanted Anthony Joshua to do a type fight without changing trainer.
He starts winging that hook.
And why time Andy Ruiz got instead, they got inside and Ruiz pushed them off.
Bounces back off that jab. That last favor of Anthony Joshua.
Joshua.
11 rounds in so far.
He has showed focus. He has showed growth. Being the #1 heavyweight in the world, being a heavyweight champion with several of the belts. After adversity, after a beautiful sight for Anthony Joshua fans here tonight.
Jab fest, moving around, use the ring, thinking.
Everyone questioning his heart. Andy Ruiz shaking his head as he comes out for the final round. Andy Ruiz, we believe, needs a knockout. His scorecard virtually all round for Anthony Joshua so far. I think, Chris, you gave him the 2 rounds you could give him.
And flashes of...
He's in desperation mode. The final 2 minutes of this fight. Hard right by Joshua. Ruiz shakes a bring it and stay in close. But
Joshua lands a massive right hand, and what does he do?
The cut has not been a big factor in this fight. Joshua, that opened things up, is able to use this large ring, 22 feet all around, as we get into the second half of round number 12.
May have the faster hands, but he has the slower. Beat the faster man with the faster feet by moving around.
Along with Primo Carnera, Max Baer, and Buster Douglas, there can be much more for Andy Ruiz. Championship belts here tonight. He continues to chase.
Andy Ruiz will probably have to ask himself after this fight, were those 15 pounds worth it? Might he have been a little bit more effective?
No question. And it has shown up here tonight. Final 30 seconds. He's going to try to the belt. Ruiz says, come fight me here. We're a little late for that. Joshua continues to dance, and Anthony Joshua...
If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more epic boxing content. Who do you want to see next in the ring? Let us know below.
London, England, and once again, the heavyweight champion of the world, the man known as AJ, Anthony Joshua.